Over and above that, Philani and I talk about and discuss the instances in his life and the people, the instant situations, the instant people. Over and above that, Philani and I Over and above that, Philani and I talk about. Over and above that, Philani and I talk about. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Creators Connect series. My name is Luca, but you can call me that camera guy. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your love and support. I truly appreciate it. And if you're new here, please do consider subscribing if you like this video. And today's episode of the show, we are joined by a music producer. His name is Philani and he goes by the stage name Phila Maq. And for reasons that he will explain in the show, unfortunately, there will not be a link in the description below to his music. There is a link to his Instagram though, where you can listen to some of his music, or at least parts of them, and they're absolutely amazing. In the show, Philani and I talk about how he is actually planning on dropping 3 separate EPs this year, which I am super excited about because the music is so good, which you need to listen to on his Instagram, link in the description below. Over and above that, Philani and I talk about the major instances and people in his life that played a huge role in steering him towards pursuing a career in music. So just sit back, relax, and let's connect with Philani.
Yeah, let's get it.
Away. Thank you so much, Philani, for being here once again. Just to be on the record, for everybody to know, for taking time out of your schedule, for being here, sitting down with me. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot, man.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure being here. It's a pleasure just being noticed. And yeah,
I mean, it was very difficult not to notice you. What was it? It's probably been like less than 5 days, right? Just less than a week, honestly.
Yeah. It was really like a couple of days.
Yeah, you followed me on Instagram, and you had a very first of all, it was the name. It was an Instagram handle, which was a very interesting name. I was like, I need to check this out. What's this dude about?
Phila Maq.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to check what this dude's about. So I jump in and I check, and it's music, and I'm a big fan of music. Absolutely big fan. I think you noticed from the way I was hyping you up.
Yeah.
And spreading the love, but I really love music. I really love good music at that. And people finding you and bumping into you has truly been a blessing. I just can't wait to dive into the conversation and see what you have to offer.
Great, thank you, man. Thank you for all the love, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what it's about, bro. That's what it's about. We kind of work together, grow together, support one another.
Yeah.
I think you really can't do this thing on your own. I think you can try to, but having people around that can see what you have to offer and kind of back that up is a lot. You don't buy that kind of thing anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's valuable. It's very valuable to us creators.
It's truly my pleasure. It's absolutely my pleasure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, you are a dude who is in music, very good music at that, and I definitely would recommend anyone listening to this to go check out his music. But if you were to describe your music, how would you describe it? The music that you make, how would you describe it? How would you tell someone you were talking to about the music that you make? How would you describe it?
I sort of like thought about that a lot, to the point where I gave it a name. It's most of it is this Afro nostalgia type of vibe.
Yes, it is.
So it's very African, but very nostalgic as well. Not necessarily sad. It can remind you of different parts of your life, of your past, whether it be good, whether it be bad,
Yeah.
So it's Afro nostalgia, a lot of soul, and just very sincere,
It is absolutely sincere. And you nailed it when you said it's music that kind of reminds you of something, whether good or bad. It invokes some kind of emotion. And I felt it. Like every single track that I played on your Instagram, I was like, oh, dang. Thinking about that one time. Thinking about that emotion, thinking about that feeling. So it's very powerful what you've been able to do with your music. And I just can't wait to see you grow and do more with it, honestly.
Thank you, man.
But from that, what in your life drove you to want to pursue music?
Yo, it's just always been there. It's always been in my family.
Really?
My my brother right now, who's in his room, is a sound engineer.
Crazy.
So yeah, so he was the one who plugged me with all of the softwares. I was listening to him growing up, thinking, hey, someone I know can actually, do this. So it became normalized for me coming up, growing up. So and I just did it as a hobby. I was just making beats. They were bad. Some of them were really bad.
I mean, we all start somewhere, right?
And I sent it to my friends once, and they were like, "Dude, what's this? What's this? What come it didn't make sense, but I was learning, I was making mistakes so that I can actually get better and learn. So what drove me is just my brother, just being in my family we just love music. My cousin do you know Juma from Idols?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my cousin. That's my
No
big bro.
way, for real.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's always been there. It's always been there that
It's been in the blood. Been in the blood.
Yeah, no Phila Maq, we
Yes,
related.
yes. For real?
Yeah, yeah.
What the
But
heck?
yeah,
That's crazy.
we're not close. We're not close.
That's crazy.
But I don't want to be seen as the younger brother or the younger whatever version of But it's great to have that sort of influence. Like, it's okay, you can do this. Yeah, man.
No, but I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think it's super cool. Way too many stories where people grow up and it's just, if it's art, maybe if it's photography, if it's music, just something that
anything creative.
They grow up and it's in their house. It's either the mom or the father, uncle, or the aunt who was in it. So I think it's super cool, and it definitely relates to that because my
role models.
He's definitely a little bit creative himself, so I think that kind of rubbed off onto me as well.
Yeah, passed down.
It's crazy, dude, to hear you say that when you started off, your work sucks. Because when I listen to it now, I'm like, there's no way I'm like, there's no way you made this, bro. I'm like, what the heck am I actually listening?
Like, I've definitely improved in the quality side.
Yeah,
also the stuff you heard there is not at optimal quality for me right now.
And you just want to get better.
Yeah, I just want it to be clean.
How long have you been doing this music then?
Seriously producing music since 2018. But in 2014, I was rapping. I had a park phase, Tupac phase.
Okay.
So I went by the name President Don then. Okay. Yeah, and it was fun for me. It was the first time I actually got to play out a character or an alternate ego. So it was nice to express myself. And then I was comfortable in producing. In 2018, I got to varsity. Well, I got to South Campus in Nelson Mandela Bay with a lot of creatives, a lot of people. Just it normalized it again. I'm really blessed to be in environments that normalize that. Yeah, So I started then, 2018, until now.
Yeah, I mean, and how vital is that? I mean, definitely very blessed to be in a space where content creation and being able to express yourself is normalized.
I really recognize that I'm lucky.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that's very suppressed in a lot of different cultures. I know back home where I'm from, it's if a child wants to pursue that kind of thing, if someone's growing up and wants to pursue that kind of thing, it's not something that people understand. It's go to school, get a degree, and be in an office.
Get a job,
9 to 5,
get that money.
Yeah, so I think it's dope to be in an environment where that sort of culture. Not that it's bad to get a job and work at 9 to 5. No. There's more to life than that, and finding yourself in a space where you're able to express your creativity is pivotal. It's an absolute blessing, if you ask me. So man. I appreciate that.
Grateful.
And I hope that it can help a lot of other creatives break through as well.
Yeah.
But you mentioned something about you rapping in 2014.
Yeah, I was
and
rapping in 2014.
Yeah, and then switching up to becoming a producer.
Yeah, I
there's,
just
there's,
yeah.
there's a big jump there, of course, in seeing that rappers sort of, musicians, the guys who actually sing, tend to get more of the spotlight. We don't know much or see much of the producers who hang around behind the scenes. And then I feel personally, and I think it's something I talked about with X on the show as well, was that producers definitely don't get the recognition they probably deserve.
Yeah.
No one's really screaming out, yo, X, yo, Philani. They're out there screaming rappers' names and saying
it's crazy. It's crazy
how do you feel
that
about
you're mentioning our names.
Yeah, how do you feel about that though?
How do I feel about being behind the scenes?
Yeah, being behind the scenes.
I love it.
Really?
I just love it because I never really wanted the fame. Maybe when I was younger, I wanted to be famous, but now I just want to do my thing and then share it to whoever wants to hear it. The fame part, it really isn't. How do I say? Appetizing or encouraging.
That is deep. You don't get that often though. You really don't get that often.
Yeah. You have to really remove yourself from what you're doing and just be a servant of it.
Yeah, and I think
the other way around.
Seeing that you just mentioned that, chasing the fame isn't really, appetizing or fulfilling. What do you think then is the reason why that is? I think for you, just personally, why do you think that being on the spotlight and being uber famous just doesn't cut it for you?
It's just knowing that, it's just having that to yourself, just knowing that, okay, I made that, and people don't need to know, then you can really enjoy your art like that, be in a space where people are, let's say, playing my song and don't even know I made it, and
that's funny.
It feels good that, hey, these people don't know. Yeah, I just want to tell them, hey, this is my song, but I'll keep it to myself. So it's just been my little personal thing. For music, for me, is personal. So to monetize it or to pull funds from it or get money from it, it kind of feels awkward for me. Not wrong, but it's really awkward.
I get you, and I completely relate. And it's a place that I was in myself for a very long time. I'm just feeling like I like taking photos. I like snapping pictures.
I saw your work, man.
Yeah, I was like, why do I have to get paid for it? Like, I didn't understand. But I really was in a space where, and I think I still am, where I'm like, I love taking photos, and I think getting paid sort of a bonus. Getting paid to take photos is a bonus for what I genuinely am passionate about. There's also an aspect that comes in of having to pay bills and having to buy better equipment or better software. That comes in, and that sort of shifts you to, okay, I need to sort of monetize what I'm doing. Not because I want to suck people out of their money, but I want to be better. I want to buy better equipment. I want to learn more and invest in this thing so I can be better,
it really takes time to get there. It
does take, and there's no need to rush into that space because it can definitely consume you, where it stops being about genuinely creating content and you start wanting to chase money more than anything. If you're not careful, it can really get to your head. So like you say, don't rush into that space.
Don't rush into
it. Enjoy making content while you can. There'll come a time where people, it turns more into a business than anything else. And
you're reading my mind. You're reading my mind right now.
It's gonna happen. Sort of inevitable. People are gonna reach out to you and you're gonna say, "Yo, we like your music. We want to use it for this project. We like you want to use it for this project." But until that time comes, savor the moment. There's nothing as peaceful as creating content with no expectation or without having to wait for the clients to tell you how good or how bad the work is. Oh my days! Hey, it's a lot. I miss the days. It was so nice just taking pictures just because I can take pictures. Now there's this pressure.
Just keep them.
There's not this pressure of just having to deliver work at optimum quality. Always being nervous of what the client's going to say. So I definitely understand what you're saying. I definitely do. But you're in college, and I think we spoke already. you're studying.
Mm.
What are you studying, and is it anything related to music?
It's not related to such. It's in business.
Okay.
So I'm doing my BCom in marketing, and my majors are the majors. Let's call them my minors. My minors are business management and accounting. So it covers all aspects of business. I just wanted to have that business side of me, so that when I go, when you go into a boardroom with these guys, I want to speak the same languages, and I want to hear the jargon. I want to have the same qualifications they do, so they don't rip me off.
I like that. I respect that so much, and I'm kind of the same notion as well. I'm studying a BCom, majoring in project management. But it's the same idea. It's the idea that creativity now, like we all know, is going to turn into a business or a brand at one point. And like you say, the words, I don't want them to rip me off, and I want to understand the jargon. It's big, dude. That's big. That's absolutely big.
I want to be able to read the contracts. Really understand them.
You could always hire someone to do it for you, but it's very easy for people to rip you off if you have no idea what's going on. So I respect that, and I love that you got that approach to it. You got that respect for the business side of the creative side.
It's 50-50.
It's a 50-50 thing. Yeah, you got to balance it out, and I like that. But what's your opinion now?
I still struggle. I struggle to monetize, but I understand because
it'll definitely take time. I'm praying and I'm hoping that it happens for you and for all the hard work that you're putting in sooner rather than later. We're definitely keeping track and making sure that things are going well. But what's your opinion now on? It's a topic I've brought up a couple of times on the idea of going to school for anything creative. In your case, it would be for the production of music, or kind of being in a space where you're self-taught like yourself. Which do you prefer better? Which do you prefer any over the other?
If it went my way, I would have loved to have some, music theory, just to give me structure. I got that later on. My brother gave me some of his textbooks, and I read through it and understood. We're not just doing this as a structure to this. The music we play in there, can be, written down. So all of that. I wish I had that type of knowledge, because I was not self-taught, because X played a huge role in that, just teaching us the simple stuff. He wasn't really trying to show off how good he was. He was just really giving value and teaching us the stuff that you normally get at an institution of higher learning. You get that for him for free. It's crazy, but man, I'm so happy for him, like where his channel is at right now. So
it's definitely something I've told him as well on the interview and out of it. It's just the ability to selflessly give this information for free. It's incredible. It's stuff that people are charging hundreds of rands on the hour to teach people, to have private classes on, and it's just there because of the understanding and the knowledge that not everybody can get.
Afford that.
Not everybody can, and I think in all fairness, everybody should be afforded an opportunity to, at least try to learn. But if it's not affordable and available for everyone, it makes it very difficult for people who have talent and potential to actually express
them.
To express themselves, just because they don't have the money, which makes it rough, man. You know what I'm saying? Like X for sure. People like X for sure are doing the most, and we appreciate their hard work. But is there anyone I think growing up, a musician or a producer who definitely played a big part in definitely encouraging you more and more to do this music thing, and sort of shape the music into what it is today?
I'm a music fan. I'm a fan of music. And it's like entirely. So I don't wanna pick out one person and say this is the person that made me do what I do.
Yeah.
But they each contributed, their own way. But the biggest impact, because I wanted to rap back when I was 16, which was 2013, I think. Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, so I started listening to Tupac. And I was really deep into the conspiracies that is coming back 2014. So I was preparing myself, listening to everything.
That's wild. Crazy.
Yeah. So when this guy comes back, I want to be a fan. And then that led me to write. Led me to write, And then from writing, I went to rapping, and then I actually performed in talent shows at school. If you ask anyone about those, it was just hectic, man.
But I mean, we look back at it now and we're like, that's the journey, man. That's the thing.
Part of it.
Talent shows, man. We gotta embarrass ourselves a little and build up places where we want to be.
But I kind of drifted there, so we kind of drifted.
I mean, Tupac is absolutely amazing. In terms of his lyricism and the message that he spoke, the ability to encourage and motivate the community that he was in through music, it was profound. I mean, at that time, there was only a number of people who were doing that, in the rap game. So I'm not surprised that he definitely had that kind of influence on me. And I mean, we're talking about years after Pac is gone, you know what I'm saying? And he's still influencing and, encouraging and motivating in a positive way. So many different ways.
Timeless.
You know what? That's crazy.
That's my whole theme, just to make timeless music.
Exactly, and that's what I was gonna ask next. Now is how do you want to be remembered as a musician, as a person, as an individual? When time has passed and you look back at the work that you did and the work that you left here, how do you want them to remember you?
Oh, I really want to be remembered the same way that people might remember a Pharrell Williams, or Black Coffee, really a pioneer. Because I'm really doing a lot of fusion now of genres, house, hip hop. I'm a piano with R&B. It's weird, but it sounds so good. I wish I could. I'm gonna send you some.
Please send me some stuff, bro. Hey, I've been looking for your music everywhere in the car.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
It's just me not wanting to monetize. I don't know.
Your music
it was really personal.
Your music is so good.
Yeah, but I want to be remembered as a person who I want to remember for something. Okabza will be remembered for Amapiano. Wizkid Benabo will be remembered for Afro beats. I just want to be part of a movement, even if it's one, part of and pioneer. Even if I have 20,000 fans by the end of it all, which is a lot to me right now.
That's a lot, right? Thinking about it.
Yeah.
Put that in perspective.
Yeah. I would be so grateful, not just because I'm desperate and any number will do, just because I really like a smaller circle. Hence, I like a smaller audience. So I'd like to be remembered as that. Those legends that are undercover. Hey, when you listen to the music, like, hey, this guy was a legend, but people never took, notice. That I don't want to be an underdog forever.
Yeah, and it's an important thing to ask yourself. That what do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? How do I want to be remembered? Because for a lot of people, you realize that some people are very much comfortable following the trend. So if Ugabza jumps in and starts the summer piano thing, a lot of people just like, follow the leader, let's jump in and do this thing. But a lot of people as well, and I think that's you're like, I want to start my own thing. I want to drive a new trend. I want to pioneer a new style of music. And that's
something fresh. Fresh.
And both things are okay. And I mean, if everyone wanted to do their own thing and there wasn't really anyone catching on the trend, Amapiano really wouldn't be it. You know what I'm saying? So it needs an individual who's going to engineer and come up with this new thing and have some people who are willing enough to jump onto that and, kind of replicate. So
Yeah.
both are okay. The people who starts and pioneer a new thing and the people that follow a trend. I personally don't see anything wrong with it. They all come together to make up, content creation.
Mm.
So I like that
Yeah.
you know what you want to do and you know where
The
you are.
community.
Exactly.
And they
It
have a
forms
community as well, those
Exactly.
guys.
It forms that community.
Mm.
Mashes up and forms that community. So
Mm.
I appreciate that you know where you are and what
Mm.
you want to achieve and where you want to go.
Mm.
But I think
Mm.
that's long term, and that's 40,
Yeah.
50
The
now.
bigger picture.
That's the bigger
Yeah,
picture.
yeah.
But I mean,
That's the pace. That's the pace I'm moving at.
5
You
years
know,
from now,
living life.
you
Mm.
said you say
I'm saying that's the pace I'm living at. I don't mind having to achieve my goals at a later stage in my life. But I'm patient.
and
Really
that's key.
patient.
That's very
Mm.
that's a key concept. I think in life in general, not just in content creation. When you really think about it,
Mm.
the importance of grasping patience. And I think I say this
Yeah,
every single
patience.
time. We live in such a competitive world. You see someone who's your age. For me, I'm 23. I
You,
see someone who's 23, and I'm like, dang,
I'm
they're pushing a
always
jag or they're doing this and they're getting married. You're like, I gotta do it too. But we are definitely
these.
in our own kind of space. We're in our own different world.
Mm.
If you're not
Mm.
patient and if you keep comparing yourselves to other people, you rush into things, and more often than not, you don't really succeed. So I like what you're saying
Mm.
about taking it easy, man.
Patience.
Oh, I love it.
Patience.
I love it.
Mm.
It's a really powerful point there for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
bro.
yeah, talking about patience 30 years, 40 years from now, but how about in the next, 1, 2, 3 years? I know you're talking about
Mm.
keeping music to yourself and not really looking to monetize. What can we expect
Mm.
from
No,
you as a musician and as a producer in the next coming years?
should expect my music to be more available, easily to
Okay,
access.
please, we are begging you. Oh my
Um,
days.
yeah, I'm gonna release 1 or 2 or 3 EPs this year. I
3
have enough
EPs in
music
one
for that,
year.
but small ones, man. Those 5 track, 7 track ones.
That's a lot of
Different
music,
genres
man.
because
That's a lot of music, bro.
yeah,
Damn.
yeah. I can have an Afro beats one, a commercial one, which would be a hip hop or alternative R&B style.
Wow.
Like that's an album in itself,
Mm,
but I'm releasing it, in
separately.
sections,
Nah, I like that. I like that.
separate.
I'm
Mm.
definitely gonna keep my head above
Yeah.
water, just making sure that it's coming. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be poking you. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be asking questions. I'm gonna be nagging you a bit till it comes out because I'm pumped for that.
Yeah.
So thank you for giving us that heads up. It definitely hypes it up a lot. Definitely looking forward to it.
Mm.
I think we'll just leave it at that for now.
Mm.
But in your creative journey, since wanting to be a rapper and then moving on to be a
Mm.
producer, what has been your biggest lesson?
My biggest lesson is, yeah, I think that I really, really learned from it. There's a thing called the 10,000 hour theory.
Mm-hmm.
That if you do something for 10, you become a master at it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really skeptical with that. The time, are there factors that might stop you from being at the level you want to be at the end of that 10,000?
Mm.
So me doing music now for about 2 years, which I'd say is like 1,900 hours, 2,000 hours, if we're being optimistic.
Yeah.
I've proved theory is correct, in a smaller scale.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the biggest lesson. So I apply it in everything in life. The same way, the same attitude I approach music, I approach my life, my relationships, school, work, everything. That if you work at something, you will in the night, succeed. So that's my biggest lesson from music. Not how hard it is or how to make stuff. That stuff handle that. I'm on a deeper
Yeah, and I mean,
level of
yeah,
thinking.
that's big. That's beyond, like you say,
Mm,
the theory of it
mm,
all, the technical aspect of making a beat,
mm,
the software and everything. Uh,
mm.
and those,
Technically, we can talk about that another day.
yeah, but I mean, it's big. Being able to remain
Mm,
devoted and do something as often as you can. I mean, you can't get it
mm,
wrong. You can't get it twisted. You tie your shoes often enough, you can do it with your eyes closed.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? Um, so it's the same idea. And I
I'll
like
put that
that.
on a t-shirt.
Yeah, when you tie your shoes often enough, you can do it with your eyes closed. So it's crazy that
Mm,
you saw this concept and you sort of
mm,
challenged it. Initially, you're like, I'm not sure about that, and then you tried it,
mm.
which is different from I'm
Yeah.
not sure about that. I'm gonna put it to the side. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think it happens a lot for me personally in life where I'm given so many solutions, I'm given so many options to try and deal with things, and just because I
Mm,
don't concur and I don't understand and I don't believe it, I'm immediately putting it to the side
mm,
without giving it a shot, without giving it a try. So I
mm.
can I can
Just
definitely,
disregarding it.
yeah. So I definitely can learn a lot from you in that you took this thing, and despite the fact that you weren't sure if it really was going to work, you took it on still
Mm.
and gave it a shot. Um,
Took
so that's a
spend
big
time.
that's a
Spend
big
time, man.
that's a big lesson.
Bold.
That's a big lesson for me, and I
Mm.
appreciate that. I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to implement it in my life moving forward. But I
Mm.
mean, yo, dude, it's been super dope chatting with you. It's crazy. It feels like it's been so short. And I kind of am
Yo.
running out of questions here. But
Yeah.
I definitely look forward to staying in touch with you and seeing your career
Mm.
grow and seeing you develop not just as a musician but as an individual as well. And hopefully we can stay in
Mm.
touch, link up, maybe work on some things together. That'll be dope. Um,
Definitely.
yeah, but I just do have one more question for you before we sign off, and it's a
Yeah.
big one that I've been asking a lot of people of late, and we haven't
Mm.
really been able to get an answer that's concrete. And the question is, how do you balance your creative life and every other aspect of your life? So I think in your case, a big aspect of your life would definitely be your schoolwork. So how do you balance
Mm.
being a creative and making sure you give time to music production, and then being a student as well, make sure you give time to being a
Mm.
student in
And
that?
then work as well.
Yeah, and work as well,
Yeah.
exactly. Work as well. And I mean relationships and family time,
Mm.
all those things. How do you find that balance?
I think I really cut up my day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I'm working this day, I focus on that.
Yeah.
I really focus on that, and then the end of the remaining ever late, I'll be working on music.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes to early in the morning. Sometimes I'll just go up to 10 because I'm feeling it or feeling inspired.
Yeah.
And days and then other days when I'm going doing schoolwork, I cut up my day for that. So the entire day is gonna be that, and then the
Mm.
end is gonna be music. So music is something I look forward to. So
Whoa.
almost doesn't
Okay.
feel like I'm balancing. You know, the only thing that the two things I need to balance, and then music really just find. Yeah,
I get
that's
it.
it.
So,
When
so
I'm not in.
the music
Mm,
comes in at the end of the day, sort of for a reward for everything you've been through.
mm, it's it's
Yeah.
like you have those two spheres that are converging. I forgot what they called.
Mm.
And in the middle, there's the part where they overlap. That's music for
So
me.
music
You know.
keeps
It's-
everything in your life together, basically.
Mm,
That missing piece that holds it all together. This is super dope. I
mm,
mean, I've never
mm.
gotten a straight answer from people. A lot of people are like, I struggle to balance it, but I'm definitely getting the idea of, and I could be wrong. Please do correct me if I'm wrong. I'm definitely getting an idea
Mm.
of being able to schedule things in and making sure that you do what you need to do when you need to do it. So when it's time for
As
work,
o-
you
as
focus
o-
on work. You know what I'm saying? Um,
as often as I can, man.
mm.
It's hard. I'm not a robot. I do have time to
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
slack in other areas, but
Mm.
it's good to have a general structure of how you see things.
That's
So you don't
big.
just go life just with your eyes closed.
That's big.
Yeah.
And I think I definitely
Yeah.
struggled with that aspect of just kind of rolling with it, especially when COVID hit, being home, learning from home and things like that. It was just like a go with the flow type of thing, man. Studying was good, so making content was good, so but having a schedule, having a schedule.
Yo.
Like you said, it's not easy. It's not easy, but having it is absolutely
important, man.
Yeah, it's paramount to have that. Keep that as a guide, I guess, so that you don't get wrecked. So that you don't get wrecked.
Yo, burnout. You're close to burnout.
It's real, huh?
In the
Burnout
past,
is real.
That's what's You feel mentally, physically tired.
Yeah.
You know,
burnout, creative block as well. Crazy, real, crazy.
Yo. Dude, I had a period of 4 months where I wasn't producing because my laptop was broken.
How did you?
I lost the music that I worked on.
Are you serious?
I lost like 100 FLPs gone. You know, so I had to start over. So I number my music from track one. Track one might have been in 2018.
Dude, are you serious?
Yeah, 2018, and then I'm on track number 27 as of.
Bro, you lost 100 FLP.
But not all of them were good. No, but I would say majority of that I could have worked on and released.
That's rough, bro.
That's tough, man. That's tough.
Yo,
Gotta bounce back.
these are the things that people won't understand or know when, Philani is doing his thing and has made it. It's like, they're like, it's not fair. Like, how come I can't be where he is? But I mean, people go through so much behind the scenes. People go through so much in their journey that when you see them where they're at in their success, they just didn't wake up there. Like, it's things like having a broken laptop and starting again from scratch that people will never know about, never be able to appreciate.
With that same broken laptop.
Exactly. You see what I mean? So it's stories that I love to hear. Honestly, stories that I love to hear, and it's the reason why I do this thing. Not just that I'm encouraged, but a lot of other people as well are encouraged in realizing that the work that goes in. Because at the end of the day, if I had never spoken to you, all I would have ever seen was the music on your Instagram, and that's it. It's like, this guy's dope, this guy's doing good things, and life's good. You know what I'm saying? But after having gotten to know someone and appreciating their story, it just makes their art and their music mean way more than it actually is. It puts a feeling and an emotion, a value to it that's unmatched value. You know what I'm saying? So again, I appreciate you sitting down with me. I appreciate you chatting with me. It's been an absolute honor to get to know you, and hopefully we can do this again, celebrating your first EP. That'll be dope.
Yeah, definitely, man.
You'll probably get into the technical aspect of music production.
Yeah, I will definitely. I love the technical aspect, but I don't want to do it in the first time. I just want this to be a natural conversation, and
I love the conversation. I definitely love the conversation, and I think just if I could, I would stretch this thing to an hour 30 minutes. But people got a short attention span as well, so we want to give them content that they what I'm saying. So once again, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure.
Peace, man. Peace.